Good morning, everyone. I'm Catherine Ross at TheStreet. I'm here on the floor of the NYSE with Jim Cramer. Jim, how are you?
I'm good because the Eagles won last night and they beat Sanchez. It's almost like he was playing for us. Look, the president is distinguished himself as someone who is ill-advised. He comes out and says things are good, then he comes out and says there's tariffs. He comes out, puts minutia out in the morning, looks like there'll be a trade deal. Then we find out that it's Lighthouser doing negotiations. Lighthouser believes that there are larger issues than trade. So, I mean, it's one of those days where they want to roll back a lot what was said in the same way that the opening was not sustained yesterday. I want to go back and say Tim Collins, who writes for us for Real Money, was saying, look, there's a level to buy Caterpillar. We kind of has to hold this level or else the trade is off. And I feel that's kind of where things are. They don't hold these levels and the trades are off. We have the reversion back to McDonald's and back to the names that I said could get a bid, J&J. So it's kind of business as usual with the president. He says one thing, he says another. And David Faber said he can't be trusted. I come around to that view. He's very hard to figure out.
And I know that there was a lot of confusion yesterday because there was, it wasn't clear whether or not the start date was December 1st or January 1st.
You got two parts of the White House, one saying Jan 1 and prevailing ultimately was December 1. Dan D'Amico is worth following, by the way, on Twitter. The former CEO of Nucor has got the story right. If you want to know what's going on, just follow Dan D'Amico on Twitter. That's really important, okay? I hope everybody who's watching makes him a follow. You can follow Dan D'Amico because holy cow, does he ever have the story right? You can follow him and get everything that's happening.
Now, I want to swing back a little bit and kind of do a rewind because a couple weeks ago we did the Apple Challenge.
Right.
And today, the downgrade,
I didn't have HSBC. That wasn't in the hat. Look, everyone.
So who wins?
I don't know. I mean, David said, Dave, true, deal, no deal. David Faber was saying that people are saying that this launch is an unmitigated disaster. And I point out that every time you get a cut, it's the same amount of cut. And then it's too early to pronounce it a disaster. It may turn out to be incremental. Apple has a lot of other levers. I remain someone who wants to own Apple, not trade it. I did not like that it was up 5 yesterday. I continually denigrated that move and said it shouldn't be doing that, both in Twitter and Real Money. You've got to be reading Real Money. I'm just pressing my bet here, Real Money, that the Lighthouser faction wins. So if you want to know about ideology versus trade, please read me on Real Money. You can trial it, whatever. I mean, a lot of people are joining Real Money. Our numbers are up very substantially, in part because we're getting very great, really good disagreement of views. I should say up double digits.
And you broke down the whole trade issue this morning in your Real Money column, and it was really important, I felt.
Well, thank you. I mean, look, what I'm saying is that there are two. It didn't go from 10 to 25, and that's what the real Hawks thought would happen. So you may think that the Hawks won, but 10 to 25 would have been if the Hawks had really won. Lighthouser being in charge. I mean, one thing we know is the president's in charge. I mean, because the president kind of let everybody say what they were going to do. I was a judge in The Apprentice. Very similar. Very similar. He's got two warring camps, and then he fires one. But then, you get a reprise constantly because you can't constantly hire new people. So he fires one, then the next time there's another board meeting, he fires the other, and it's just The Apprentice. It really is. So, I mean, I almost feel like that if you put together a sizzle reel, as we call it, of The Apprentice, you would really see what's going on in the White House. And, you may think we've had movie stars in the White House with Ronald Reagan, but this one is even more like TV. It's very much like TV.
I want to go back to Apple for just a hot second because that's a holding in Action Alerts Plus.
Yes.
And I'm wondering, as someone who has a holding there, are you concerned about the...
I think that one of the things that's happened is unless it has a dramatic shortfall, it's selling at 11, 12 times earnings. It's down 17, 18% for the year. There have been other times when we've heard that there were cycles that were unmitigated disasters, and the sell-off could be another 10%, if that's right. But remember, it went to 172. It could retest that.
And I'm sure that Action Alerts Plus will have a
wall-to-wall
thought. Yeah,
we've been doing a lot of very good bulletins of late. I mean, we've also been able to dissect a lot of the weakness in the economy, which is the thing that caused Jay Powell to go to a 1 and wait. There's been odd reportage that disagrees with that. But this is kind of like saying that the Eagles lost last night. They didn't.
So for anyone who is concerned about the suppliers on Apple, check out Action Alerts Plus.
Yeah. Yep. We'll do more on Action Alerts video now.
Yep. All right, Jim. I have an Ask Cramer for you.
Sure.
And David is wondering about your thoughts on Neo.
No, see, I don't like it. No, and I've said that a couple times. It's just not worth going there. We're not going to go there. It's too dangerous.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, so I also want to talk about Real Money's stock of the day, which is Dollar General. They released earnings this morning. What do you think?
I think that in the end, the street loves the dollar stores, especially if the economy's downshifting. Maybe you catch a downgrade tomorrow and you buy it, or maybe you buy some at the end of the day. The analysts can't resist them. Now it's not Burlington, which is unbelievable. Dollar Tree had a good quarter. Maybe that's the better one because there's 8,000 family dollars that they're doing over. But the street never goes away from the dollar stocks, and they don't go away because they have expansion. See, most retailers are already maxed out, but the dollar stores aren't. So, like Five Below, the retailers cannot resist retail chains that can keep putting up stores. Ollie's Bargain, very good example.
And Five Below announces earnings tomorrow,
and there's
Wednesday.
one buy some before, buy some after.
All right, Jim. I think that's all I got for you today.
Why don't we go on to the Action Alerts call?
Yeah, because I really want to talk more about Apple.
Sure.
I want to talk about Amazon.
Yeah.
We've got so much to talk about. So thank you guys for joining us. Thanks for all of your insight, Jim. Have a great day.